And we're going to try to do this before my battery goes dead. Here is the engine that's going to be going in the truck. This is a 2010 LC9 5.3 liter. It is aluminum block. It does have the active fuel management, displacement on demand, and VVT. I'm getting rid of the VVT and the active fuel management. You can see these towers here. These towers are the oil feeds. The oil pressure comes up and is controlled by solenoids to activate and deactivate the active fuel lifters. We'll be getting rid of those. I will be using a L92 lifter valley, which has O-rings and it's sealed and blocks those off, so those will no longer be working. We'll be using the GM Performance Parts lifters, which are non-active fuel, just a regular lifter. I'll show you here. Let's see here. You can see those are the active fuel lifters, the DOD lifters, versus a regular lifter. That's your regular LS lifter right there. I can't get these out right now, but you can see they're quite a bit longer. And also, when you do the conversion from active fuel management to non, you have to replace these lifter trays, which is no big deal. You can get 4 of them from GM for like 20 bucks. So you can see it does have the 2 valve relief pistons. They're not the flat tops I was hoping for, but I'll take them. They're better than dished. Let's see here. Here is the VVT timing set, which I'm actually halfway through taking off. I had to bring the impact home from work to get the cam bolt out. Let's see here. But the cylinders look pretty good. Absolutely no ridge at all. You can't see in here, it's a little light, but the cylinders are in really good shape. This is a very, very clean motor. This motor only had about 70,000 miles on it. I've got 2 sets of 243 heads. These are the heads that came off that motor, and this set of 243s I actually took off a LS4 out of an 08 GXP that had a bottom end knock. I actually had a set of 706 small valve heads that came off of the Gen 3 motor that's in the truck right now, so I swapped them and sent them back for a core. Yeah, you can see my garage is a mess right now. I got stuff laying all over. I got head gaskets, valve cover gaskets, the new crank bolts, LS2 timing set, and right now I've got the stock head bolts. I'm trying to debate if I'm going to go with the Chinese head studs or just use those. I'm not quite sure yet. So, and the intake, both turbos, the alternator, some exhaust parts, the valve covers. You can see the coil bracket that I made in the last video. My intercooler setup. I do got to get the new lines for that, the new tubes, because those are too big. I'll probably be selling those on my website used with the elbows. The power brake booster, which is going away because I'm swapping the manual brakes. Let me see here. Some old gaskets. Anybody needs some used 5.3 gaskets? I'm not quite brave enough to reuse them. Yeah, you can see my garage. It's a mess. I got a bunch of junk. Never, ever, ever use the cheap Jegs push lock hose for fuel. It says on their website now not to use it for fuel, but it didn't always say that. The stuff gets absolutely hard. See, it won't crack on me right there, but absolutely junk. Oh. She is not pretty, but there she is. That's what's condition she's in. You can see the motor mounts. I always get people asking me about the motor mounts. There they are with the LS adapter plates. This is the Gen 3 5.3. Cylinders all still look really good. They spray them down with some WD-40. This motor's only 100,000 miles on it. It's pretty, very clean inside actually. You can see the difference in the lifter trays on this one. So see, I got plenty of room for the transmission bell housing. I can get to all the bell housing bolts from the top. Let's see here. Now this side, pardon this, don't have the brake lines disconnected because I didn't want the mess. I'm putting the manual master cylinder on it. You can see here. Now originally I boogered up the mounting slots for the motor mounts. So what I'm going to do is I'm making reinforcement pieces out of 3/8 thick flat stock that'll weld and bolt into the inside of the cradle here. So the bolt will go through there. It'll be way stronger than what this is. I'm still going to use torque limiters, some kind of torque limiter, so the motor doesn't move around too much. And I'm thinking about using the Hypotech solid motor mounts. These are just stock, new stock RT mounts. But you can see right there. That's what they look like. You can see how I boogered up the mount, so there's really not much to mount there, but the new pieces will be reinforced into here. They'll be way strong, so that won't be a problem. There we go. Now the intercooler setup, this is just temporarily welded into here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make braces where it'll actually go up and mount into the upper core support. And then we'll cut this off and this won't be welded onto there. So it won't look quite as goofy. But that's where I'm at right now. I'm debating on cutting the inner fenders out of it. I'm not really sure. I know on Chad Spicer's truck he's got his cut out. I just don't know if I want to do that or not, because I would lose some real estate for mounting different components, but it would actually make airflow and give me quite a bit more room, especially up in here when dealing with the exhaust, because the headers come out here and the exhaust, this actually rides along the edge. This line marks it, so it'll run back, so it would actually give me more room. Let's see here. And it's not much to look at inside right now. I got the headers there, the dash piece, and I've still got the column in it. I just right now have the shell, the top part of the dash in here. I'm thinking about building a bird cage out of 1/4 inch, this 1/4 inch steel round bar stock. Making mounting points so it'll all be reinforced, but I won't have to have the big plastic dash piece in the back, because right back here is where I'm going to mount the electrical panel. I'm gonna have the Mega Squirt and all that mounted up back here, so it's still accessible, but it's not in the way. And I'm thinking about making a panel here and mounting another display. Or we're putting some kind of switch panel here. I don't know. And my TCI shifter, not hooked up right now. People ask me about wiring. I'm going to be modifying some of the column harness and using a Speedway Universal, probably their 12 or 22 circuit harness. Just for the lights, exterior lights. That's for the engine controls and all that. That's all going to be custom. So, yeah, that's the shape of it right now. So, not much to report. Oh, yeah, my hood emblem right there. I was going to show oil pan. This is the stock Chevy truck oil pan. I tried using this oil pan when I first put the motor in. Wouldn't work. I kept hitting right here. This was sitting on the cross member. So what I ended up doing was replacing it with the LH8, which is the Hummer, the 5.3 Hummer oil pan. And it actually comes to right about here. So it's quite a bit more clearance. A lot of places sell it as the GM hot rod conversion oil pan. Aluminum block. I gotta find something to clean the block up. I still don't know if I want to paint it or not. You're not gonna be able to see much of it, but I'm a bit OCD. So, bunch of stock head bolts. I will probably reuse the stock head bolts on the Gen 3 motor. I gotta be honest. I probably will do that because I'm thinking about building it just a mild, probably 500 horse, 600 horse build using those 243s, and then selling it. These are the rockers off of the Gen 4 motor. I will be using, let me dig it out here, the Comp Cam trunnion kit, which replaces the trunnion. So stiff them up. Alrighty, that's that. Thanks.